Well, did you guys hear about Letitia James? New York Attorney General Letitia James. She's in trouble, guys.
I love this story.
I'm like, inject this into my veins. These people are vile. The same person who went after President Trump is now, she has been issued a criminal referral by the Trump administration for fraud, for mortgage fraud. From the New York Post, it says Federal Housing Finance Agency Director William Pulte? How do you say that, Stu?
Poultry. William Poultry.
William Poultry. Apparently sent it to the Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy AG Todd Blanche, alleging that James had falsified records to get home loans for a property in Virginia that she claimed was her principal residence in 2023 while she was still serving as the New York State prosecutor, which you can't do. Your primary residence has to be in New York if you are the Attorney General of New York. So she's lying one way or the other. And I want to talk about some of the details of that because they are just so good. So good from someone who wanted to accuse President Trump of falsifying all sorts of things. He isn't really worth that much. He isn't. Oh, well. Now, what does Michael say? It's not the tables have turned.
Oh, the turns have tabled?
The turns have tabled, hasn't it?
It's always the ones you never suspect.
You never would have suspected the people who are projecting that President Trump is a criminal over totally bogus charges would ever be the ones committing the crimes themselves. And I want to play for you guys Letitia James' meltdown yesterday. Apparently, Democrats don't know how microphones work. And she's just screaming very angry. Watch.
My mission is clear. I'm focused.
You don't look focused.
I'm prepared.
Your eyes are
I'm ready.
Two different directions.
I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University. That overturned legal
really
segregation in this
agitated,
country.
What is that?
I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught.
Did you?
I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you.
She's afraid of proper grammar.
We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this democracy before. We'll save it now. Let's go.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, but also like what the microphone is there to amplify your voice. You don't have to yell.
That's the trick?
It's already, everyone can already hear you. You don't have to yell like that. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. And so I don't know. It seems like something a guilty person would do. The over-the-top screaming, I feel like, based on my limited but not so limited knowledge of psychology, it was my minor, forensic psychology, seems like something a guilty person would. Guilty people usually get very angry when they are accused of the thing that they did. And she seemed to be very rattled and angry about being accused of this.
Very true. She was. And, of course, also bringing it back to these bigger concepts that have nothing to do with, like, the racism. Like, okay, well, we all...
She knew Thurgood Marshall, though. Did you know that?
Yeah, there you go. That's really important, vital information. It's got nothing to do with racism. It's funny. What's really great about this story is it's almost exactly what they accused Donald Trump of doing, right? Donald Trump, he inflated his real estate values, allegedly, to get better loan terms. And this is a situation where she said she was living in another state because if you buy a second house and you say it's a vacation house or an investment house, usually your rate is going to be higher. So she lied and said that, allegedly, that she was living in that house when, of course, there's absolutely no way she could have been. She was working in New York. And people went, I think it was the Daily Caller, sent reporters over there.
We actually have that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we have that. Let's watch the Daily Caller showing up to this, vacation? Well, I don't know. She says it's primary, vacation. I don't even know. Which one is it supposed to be?
I mean, I think in reality, it's probably an investment. I don't know if she'd be doing it.
Isn't it a block? Isn't it like 4 apartments? Or
yeah, it's probably investments, right?
Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's watch that.
Car sign.
There's a car parked in the driveway.
Hello there, ma'am.
No comment, you're trespassing.
No comment?
Yeah, you're trespassing.
Okay, well, who lives here?
You're trespassing.
Who lives here, ma'am?
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
She was real quick.
No comment.
Real quick. No comment.
She knew the answer right away. The right answer. It's like she'd been trained just in case somebody shows up. Yeah, no comment. I mean, and I always think about this because the same thing happened with, what was the lady's name? I can't think of it now, in Georgia, who was going after Trump as well, and she was having the
Fannie
affair.
Willis.
Fannie Willis.
Yep.
Okay. How could I possibly forget?
Yep.
The fact that you would go up there, and Letitia James made this argument all the time. No one is above the law.
Mm-hmm.
We will hold him responsible for every one of his crimes. There was no give there. There was no let's see if they're really serious. No, it was holding him responsible for every little mistake he made. If he filed one piece of paperwork incorrect, we're going to throw him in prison over it. The fact that you could do that while at the same time committing what seems like the same exact crime is just this level of hubris. Like, I think they all got convinced between say January 6th and 2022 that they were invincible, right? Like,
I would agree with that.
They were never going to lose another election, and everything they did was always going to be praised, and they were always going to win these cases, and everything was going to go their way. Well, that all fell apart, and the fact now it's not like just a collapse of what they were doing; it's that building's falling over on them. Mm-hmm. And look, I was on with Megyn Kelly. This is a couple weeks ago, Sarah, and she reminds me very much of the way you're talking about these issues, which is like, we don't want to do anything wrong. We don't want to do anything that would. I don't want to be them, right? Mm. However, first of all, there's some pleasure in thinking about it. But secondarily, what I want to do, there's like three ways of going here. You can do the right thing. You can do the wrong thing too. Like, I don't want to accuse them of false crimes. I don't want to put people in prison who didn't do it. But there's a middle version of this,
exactly,
which is doing the right thing without any give, without taking it to the fullest extent, using all the correct power, the righteous indignation, and using that forcefully to send a message for next time. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where every conservative is right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm no longer interested. If you remember, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, 2016, he says all this stuff. I'm going to put her in prison, lock her up. He gets into office. The first day, he's like, yeah, we're not going to do any of that stuff. Yeah. That's not where the American people are right now anymore. Nope. People that committed crimes now need to be held responsible for them. And you reap what you sow on this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right.
Well, I mean, how many times have we said that they are doing exactly what they're accusing you of doing?
They are the party of projection.
Whether it's racism, you're like, oh, you're racist. Well, and they're the ones that are being racist. Or they go after Trump. And like you said, the hubris is unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, it's utterly staggering the attitude that they would have, that they would think that they would never be caught. Mm-hmm. Or even that they could stand there and accuse someone else of something that they were doing. I mean, it's you couldn't do that. I could never do that, right? I could never do that. And they just do it over and over and over again. And I think now what we have to do is look at all these people that have gone back and accused Trump of things and accused other people of things and dig in a little bit. Because I think that you will find that they're not even shy anymore about hiding these things. So I think we need to just pursue them.
Yeah, just like Jasmine Crockett, who, has said all sorts of things about President Trump. And, turns out there's some really interesting Act Blue donations that she's now being investigated for, because those people who she's getting all these random small donations from one specific person or multiple ones, they are like, donated to Jasmine Crockett. We don't even live in her district.
And that's why, by the way, that's why they're having such a visceral reaction to Doge, because this is this is like steroids. It's the amount of money that's going into their coffers through, this labyrinth of lies, and that's why they're reacting the way they are to Elon.
I will say, I don't think we should bring up the Jasmine Crockett thing. I think we should let her get away with whatever she is,
I agree,
so that she just continues to speak.
I
want her to not lose her job. I want her
know.
to keep her seat. I want her to be the voice of the Democratic Party for the next century.
Please.
I love her in every way. Please keep talking.
Yeah.
Please. She's not one of. I want to keep most people responsible for their actions, not her.
Not her.
Let her do whatever she wants as long as she keeps talking.
Make the Democrat Party responsible for her, though.
Yes.
I know we got to go to break here, but I will just say really quickly, something is going on at Howard University, because they are, Kamala, Fannie Willis, Letitia James, they are producing really dumb attorneys. Really dumb attorneys. And I just feel like they should be investigated too. Just for not teaching their students, because there are a lot of women that are coming out of there, and I hear the words that are coming out of their mouths, and I'm like, you paid how much for that degree? Because it seems to be kind of worthless. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.